What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 7 battle for the BANLIST Battlers League. Today we're facing off against Pokemaster Mike, coach of the New York Muse. A lot of New York Mets puns or team names. They always translate to like New York Metagross, New York Metapod, New York Muse, whatever. Okay, it's a good name. It's a good name, so it works out well. It's a very, very nice way to make a logo too. Anyways, so we're playing against Mike, and Mike is actually a pretty good battler from what I've seen. He is one of the members of the Oshean League that I started up a couple months ago. At this point, they're actually in the playoffs by the time I'm recording this. Possibly a champion has been decided by the time you guys are seeing this. And yeah, so from what I've seen, he's a pretty good player, and he actually got accepted into the BANLIST Battlers League, so props to him. And he's actually doing not so bad. He's got a 3-3 record, just like us. But he is coming off of 2 back-to-back losses, if I'm not mistaken. So he is trying to pick up another win here. And honestly, we need to win probably more than anyone else because we do want to get that playoff spot. And I definitely think we can. We have a really scary team. We just have to make sure that we can do a better job prepping. And we have a couple weaknesses that we have a tough time of covering. And honestly, my opponent can do a really good job of exploiting them this week. So anyways, let's just get into the rosters and we'll see where we go from there. So to start off, my team is Blaziken with Speed Boost and Z moves, of course. Arceus Bug, only Bug Arceus. Manaphy, Thundurus-T, Alolan Ninetales, Bronzong, Drapion, Quagsire, Alolan Executor with Z moves, Sandslash, Alolan Form with Z moves as well, and Mega Altaria. While my opponent has a Xerneas, which is scary as hell, Celesteela, Pelipper, Zygarde 50%, Cofagrigus, Mega Swampert, Ambipom, Crobat, Miltank, Electivire, and Necrozma. The Zygarde and the Crobat have Z moves. Now, looking at his team, I felt like I could bring kind of a wacky set. Not crazy, but like I felt like I didn't have to go all out with my Blaziken. This is a potential playoff opponent that we could have, and honestly, I felt like I could bring a different kind of Blaziken set, and I wouldn't be punished. So that's what I decided to do. So I'm going to start off, and I'll go with Blaziken at the end. So to start off, we have C9tails, our Ninetales, which is Lake Clay, of course. We got Freeze Dry, Aurora Veil, standard stuff. We then have our Life Orb, Sandsickles, the Alolan Sandslash, who's coming for the first time this season. Should be interesting. His team really doesn't appreciate it. I have to bring this for the Xerneas because it isn't 2-KO by Moonblast, which is so useful, and we outspeed a Scarfed one in the Hail, which is always important. We then have our Manaphy here, Scrappy, which can't be nicknamed, unfortunately, sucks, but we already Chesto Berry said this week. We have Rest, which is kind of nice. We then have our Arceus Bug, Shelmet 2.0, Insect Plate, obviously. We're Calm Mind Arceus with Bolt Beam coverage. That's pretty much it. And then finally, we have our Derpinator, Quagsire, which is basically just a very defensive set meant to try and kind of slow down some of his Pokemon. I know that a Necrozma can set up, so I want to run Haze on this thing, and that's kind of why I have that. And obviously, Unaware is such an important ability to have. It's so useful. And finally, we have Chicken Run here, our Blaziken, which is leftovers this week. We have Sub, Baton Pass, Protect, and Flare Blitz. Okay, I really felt like I could set up and get a +1 or +2 speed, plus a substitute maybe, even into my Xerneas, not my Xerneas, my Arceus or my Manaphy. I could just win the game like that. And honestly, I thought that's a really good plan going in, and we're just going to have to see how it goes. So, without further ado, let's just get started with the matchup. My opponent has the team of Crobat, Pelipper, Ambipom, Zygarde 50%, Mega Swampert, and Necrozma. So, I'm going to lead off with my, I'm going to mute this. I'm going to lead off with my, I'm going to pause it here. So first off, thank you to Aaron2420 for genning our Pokemon, and also thank you for recording the battle. And you know what happens when Aaron records a battle? It's going to look beautiful. It's going to look very citrified. So shout out to Aaron for this. It looks amazing. So I'll lead off with my Blaziken here because I want to be able to just try and get off as much damage as I can early on. I can potentially Baton Pass my Manaphy, and I go for the Protect here. And he goes for the U-turn. I'm like, okay, so there's 2 options here. I can go for the Baton Pass, or I can go for the substitute. If he is Choice Scarfed, then he'll outspeed me, but he's locked into U-turn, meaning that I can get a free substitute. If he's not Choice Scarf, then he's definitely Infiltrator. He'll go for the Brave Bird, and he'll knock me out. So I'm going to go for the Baton Pass here, and that's exactly what I do. I get the speed boost off, and I'm going to go for that fat Baton Pass, passing that +1 speed into probably my Manaphy now, because depending on what he goes into, my Manaphy or my Arceus is going to have a fun time. He goes into Darth Vader. I'm like, okay, I have to go with my Manaphy now. I really do. I wish I could have gone into my Arceus, but the Bolt Beam coverage I have does not do anything to the Necrozma. So I went for my Manaphy here, and I'm going to click the Tail Glow, and at +3 we should be able to OHKO this thing, unless he has some special defense investment or some HP investment. Even if he has max HP, I believe it's a roll, if I'm not mistaken. So He's going to go for the Trick Room there, and that is a very good counter to my speed boost, my speed passing. I didn't expect him to bring Trick Room. I didn't think anyone was expecting me to bring speed passing. But I go for the Surf here as he gets up his rocks, and we just OHKO the Necrozma. And that's really unfortunate. I wish we had, because I want to just kind of stall this thing out. But he sends in his balloons here, which we will outspeed when we're not in Trick Room. But he goes to Fake Out. I'm like, okay, cool. I can live a return that's Silk Scarf boosted, but he's Last Resort. And that there is going to be able to obliterate our Manaphy. And that's so unfortunate because right now we're on such... We're so screwed. But I go into my Blaziken here because I can go for the Protect to stall the last turn of Trick Room, as he's going to go into Liz, his Pelipper. And I wish I had Thunder Punch now, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm going to go for the Protect here, and I believe I'm going to go for the Sub after this. Now, the reason I go for the Sub is because I don't think he's going to stay in. He probably thinks I'm going to Baton Pass into my Ninetales, probably. And if I Baton Pass my Ninetales with a +1 speed, then there's going to be some issues. So I'm going to go for the Substitute, I believe, here. As he goes into Whiskers, his Swampert. And I probably should have gone for the Baton Pass there, because had I been able to do that, I would have been able to make sure that my Ninetales comes in a good amount of HP. But at this point, my Chicken Run has lost a little bit of health due to the Substitute, but he's going to go Mega Evolve now, and I'm going to Baton Pass into my Ninetales. Or actually, I Protect here, because I want to make sure that I can wear out some rain turns. I want to get some health back from leftovers. Just a good way to make sure that I can recover back some HP. Anyways, at this point here, I'm going to definitely go Baton Pass, and I'm going into my Ninetales because Ninetales has the Freeze Dry, which is 4 times effective against the Swampert. Now, if you look at my opponent's team, my opponent has a team of Zygarde, Pelipper, Swampert, and Crobat left, well, and the Ambipom. But 4 of those 5 Pokemon are weak to Ice. 3 of those 5 Pokemon are 4 times weak to Freeze Dry. So my Ninetales right now, I'm seeing it as my win con. He goes for the Waterfall here. It's going to break the Sub, but we should be able to obliterate this thing with the Freeze Dry. I assume he's not going to have very much HP investment. After the Hail, we should definitely be able to OHKO this thing, unless he has some special defense. But you see right here, that thing just goes down instantly. Just an amazing way to KO this Pokemon. Anyways, in comes Balloons here, and Balloons is going to be able to force me out, because the Fake Out is going to do a ton of damage, and I can't really OHKO it back with my Freeze Dry. I probably should have stayed in and just been able to do that, because this thing is such a problem for my team. It outspeeds pretty much everything. Fake Out, Last Resort is doing so much damage. So what are you going to do? I have to kind of play around this thing. Anyways, he's going to go for the Last Resort again. I believe now I'm counting Last Resort PP, and he's used 3 right now, if I'm not mistaken. So I go for the Scald here. I'm hoping for the Burn, and unfortunately I don't get it. That really sucks, but after last week and the Blue, I mean, obviously I'm okay with not getting that Burn. He's going to go for the Last Resort here. I believe, no, this should be number 3 here. That's number 3 right there. So he has 5 left if he's PB max, which he should be, assuming this team is genned in. So in comes Chicken Run here. I'm going to go for Protect, just to stall out a turn of PP. And then I'm thinking I could definitely go for the Flare Blitz here. Flare Blitz would do a really good amount to make sure that I can OHKO this thing. He's going to then probably switch out. So I'm going to go for the Substitute here, thinking he's probably going to know I outspeed him now and I can OHKO him. So I went for the Sub, predicting him to switch out, and he actually stays in and goes to the Last Resort. I'm like, well, damn, that's really unfortunate. I wish I had gone for the Flare Blitz, because this game would have been a lot easier had I gone for that Flare Blitz there and be able to get rid of the Ambipom turn, whatever this is. I'm at +2 now speed, and that's pretty good. I'm actually going to go for the Baton Pass now, thinking again he would switch out into the Pelipper, but he doesn't. He goes and he stays in with his Ambipom, and I believe he's used now 5. This might be his 6th Last Resort. So I'm doing okay here. I'm going to stay in with my Sandslash. I'm at +2 speed. I outspeed everything on his team. And since the Swampert is gone, obviously this Pelipper isn't that much of a problem. But it is super bulky. I wish I had gone for the Swords Dance here. Unfortunately, I did not. The Icicle Crash comes out, and the Icicle Crash will do like 40%, 35%. So it's pretty much a 3-hit KO. But I'm going to go with the Icicle Crash again. I had to hope for a flinch or a crit here. And I'm hoping for it. And right there, you see, we're not going to end up getting it. He roosts off. I still have another chance, though, to get that flinch or that crit. All I need is 1, pretty much, and we can pretty much end this game with our Sandslash. So I'm going to go with the Icicle Crash again, and we're going to see right here, do I get it? I don't get it. He's going to be able to live, go for the Scald, and finish this off, and at this point, he should have enough HP to be able to live whatever he wants to go for from our Blaziken, or live whatever our Blaziken wants to go for against him. In comes my Ninetales now. Ninetales sets up the Hail, and I'm going to go click, I believe, the Aurora Veil here, and that was a misplay on my part, because I didn't think he was actually going to have the U-turn here. Yeah, I thought he was just going to go for Scald or maybe even Roost, but no, he actually went for the U-turn. That's huge because he can switch out now into his Crobat, and this thing is definitely going to be Infiltrator. So I'm going to go for the Freeze Dry here. Brave, I'm praying, hoping I'm going to live. I think I could live if it wasn't Infiltrator, but we're going to go down here. And guys, at this point, the game is pretty much over. He's Scarf Crobat because he outsped my Blaziken after a speed boost, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? So I'm going to go for Protect here, and I kind of have to hope for a double Protect and hope that he didn't ED's Crobat to outspeed a Blaziken at +2 speed. But what are you going to do? Scarf Crobat is a really good bring. Different than what I expected. The team is very different than what I expected, but to be fair, I think the team that I was bringing was maybe a little bit different than what he expected. So yeah, he goes for the Brave Bird here after I missed the double protect, and down will go my Blaziken to his Crobat. So Blaziken helped me at least get 1 kill with Manaphy and another kill with the Ninetales by baton passing into them. So 2 assists, which is nice, but I mean, I wish I had more offensive pressure with it. So what are you gonna do? That's on me. I go to my Arceus here. It's my last Pokemon. He's gonna go for the Brave Bird. This should obliterate us, but we're gonna live this hit, thankfully. And yeah, right here I can go for the Ice Beam and finish off the Crobat, and that there is gonna be able to trim the differential down to a plus, or what, to a minus. I'm gonna pause this. How do I pause this? To a 3. Now, if this thing was gone, had I gotten rid of this thing earlier, then we would have won the game, unless his Zygarde had extreme speed, which I don't know if it did or not. He didn't reveal his Zygarde, but we had T-Bolt and Ice Beam, which should obliterate both those things. But what are you going to do? So that's going to be the game, guys. He's going to go for the Fake Out here, and Fake Out will, of course, knock out our Arceus, and that is the game. So we end up taking a 3-0 loss this week to Mike, and it kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? I mean, we can't win them all, and at the end of the day, I think we did play pretty well. We misplayed around the Ambipom a little bit. I wish I knew it was Fake Out Last Resort. I wish I expected the Ambipom to even come, so I would have prepped a bit harder for it, because, I mean, honestly, the Xerneas and the Celesteela were 2 of the biggest threats on my radar, and they didn't even show up, which is kind of crazy. Anyways, guys, that's it for this week's BBL match. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, let me know if you haven't subscribed yet. Let me know why. Just tell me in the description below, not the description, the comment section below. Let me know why you haven't subscribed, and let's see if I can help change your mind. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter and Discord server. They're in the description below. And yeah, guys, check out my opponent as well. His link is down there too. And I will see you guys all next time.